Namaste, beautiful yogis. Veronique here with our December tutorial, and I have Barry here to help me. So we are going to be featuring eagle pose this month, and I'll give you some modifications. I'll show you some ways to get into it, and I hope you enjoy. So starting off on our seat, we're just going to find the arms first. This is just a nice way to open up through the shoulders as well. So you can inhale, extend the arms out, get nice and open across the heart. And then as you exhale, you'll bring the right arm on top of the left. So option one, finding opposite shoulders. Option two, maybe bringing the backs of the hands together to touch. And option three, bringing the palms together to touch. We're guiding the elbows to be as high as the shoulders, and we're plugging the shoulders in. Good. Maybe here we'll just take a few rounds of a variation of our cat-cow here. You can inhale, begin to arch, open up. And then as you exhale, begin to round. Maybe you release the forearms to the earth, or maybe let it be really subtle. Taking it on your breath, 2 more rounds. And just a nice way to warm up. Once you're complete here, you'll unravel, unfurl, spread your wings, get nice and expansive across the heart. And then as you exhale, bringing the left arm on top of the right, maybe once or twice or 3 times, and then we'll find those 3 rounds of cat-cow. Once again, inhale, opening up, arching, and exhale, rounding out, maybe bringing the sits bones to the heels. Little brief child's pose, and then 2 more rounds, your breath. Coming back through center, unravel, unfurl, spread your wings, get nice and expansive across the heart. And exhale, release the arms down by your side. So then we'll find our legs, and we'll find it in the seated position just so that you can feel what it feels like, and then we can play with getting gravity involved after you've found the alignment. So just coming to a seat. Just going to shift back a little bit so you can see. So bringing the right leg on top of the left once or maybe twice, and then just taking a few breaths here. Maybe open up through the heart space, get nice and broad across the collarbones. Feel where your hips are in this present moment. Try to breathe into it. Gently unraveling that. Take a moment, just observe side to side how that is feeling in your body. And then we'll bring the left leg on top of the right once or maybe twice. So sometimes one side has a little bit more to say than the other. Just try to breathe into where you are. Stay nice and open across the heart space. And then gently unravel. Whew. I'm doing a lot of hips lately, so definitely feeling that. So now that we have the arms and the legs, we're just going to put them together, and certainly we'll take it really slowly. A couple things always to remember with our balance poses is finding our drishti, our gaze, something unmoving for your attention with your eyes, and then also finding the breath to be really slow and steady. And that's really so important when we're trying to find balance both in our poses and as well as off of the mat. So finding ourselves in a nice standing posture first, and you can find your feet on equal footing. So finding that your outer edges of your feet are nice and parallel to one another. You're feeling really grounded here. And you can experiment for yourself if you prefer to bring your legs into formation first, or your arms. I like to get my legs set so I know where my foundation is, and then I like to add my arms, but certainly feel free to experiment at home what you feel most resonates for you, so you feel like you can express through your body, finding your expression your way. So I'll start with the right leg wrapping first. So I'm grounding down, really finding that strong foundation in the standing leg. So in this case, the left leg is really nice and steady. And I'm just starting really slowly. I'm peeling the right heel off of the earth. I'm just getting a sense of the left foot, finding that grounding. So, and you can play here. Oftentimes, if you do have a block handy, it might be nice to have a block outside of the foot so that you can find a little perch for yourself. So that's always an option as well. So finding your drishti, your gaze, your point of focus, really slowly peeling the right heel off and then stepping it over onto your block or maybe onto the ground. So you could be here, this could be your footing, maybe getting friendly with this, squeezing the inner thighs together and really activating through the outer hips as well. So what's really actually most grounding in this shape, particularly if you're feeling a little bit wobbly or unstable in the beginning, is actually just to bend the standing leg quite a bit. So you're thinking almost like chair pose in that one leg, and then you're able to find more of a wrapping of that top leg. Maybe once you're here, then you can find the double wrap. It does require a significant bend into that standing leg to make that double wrap. So finding where you are in your legs first, right? Feel free to pause at any time and sort of find your footing. And then once you've found that, we'll inhale, spread your wings, get nice and expansive across the heart. And then as you exhale, we'll bring the right arm under the left. So just like we did when we were seated, maybe finding opposite shoulders rather, bringing the tops of the hands together, or maybe the palms connecting. So just to show you from the other side, let me adjust the block here. So you're here. We're sitting nice and low. We're guiding the elbows to be as high as the shoulders. We're plugging those shoulders back in space. And you have this obstacle with the arms in front of you. And this is a really nice reminder. I always like to find this sort of little keyhole in between the arms as a way to find your drishti through the obstacle. And it's a really nice metaphor for when it feels like maybe there's something in your way, that there's always kind of a different pathway to find your way around whatever perceived obstacle you're facing in this present moment. So it's a really nice shape to find that balance in. And we're going to hold it for 5 breaths. So finding that nice steady gaze. And it's so nice to find a hold here so that you can really start to get friendly with the balance. And certainly if you come out, just be mindful to come back in just as mindfully as you did to begin with. And then we'll come out just as we arrive. So slowly we'll unravel the legs first, finding both feet onto the ground, and then we'll unravel and furl, spread your wings, get nice and open across the heart. And then exhale, you can find Samastitihi. It's always nice to pause in between sides, close the eyes down, tune into your heartbeat against your thumbs, and just focus on the breath. With the eyes closed, finding that drishti inward and upward to your third eye center, feeling the navel drawing into spine, just finding that subtle engagement of the core. Good. So we can play with that same variation on the second side. Alternatively, if it just feels like the base feels a little bit too wobbly in order for you to find this shape, you can always just skip the legs and just find a simple chair pose. So you'll have your feet together and you'll find your chair, right? From there you can spread your wings, finding your eagle arms your way. So essentially it's the same shape, you're just on equal footing, and so there is a bit of a balance in this shape. Certainly if you want to sit your hips nice and low, you could be here as well. So there's different ways that you can modify the shape certainly those are just a few of the ways that I particularly really love. And thank you so much for watching. Namaste. Have a beautiful day.